Hi, welcome to Linden Farm and Fiber Mill. My name is Cher. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, you may not notice if you've been following me for a while. We have finally done a rebranding. This is formerly the channel known as Linden Loom. So with our move to South Carolina and starting up our fiber mill and sheep farm, I have rebranded across all the platforms to be more consistent as we bring the fiber mill online. So quick episode today. I have one finished object and one work in progress. Wanted to just share a little bit with about Shetland Wool, I guess, that I've been working with. And then I'll do a quick mill update at the end, and that'll be it. I actually have a ton to say. I haven't recorded in a while. We had a lot of activity on the farm and back about 2 weeks ago. This past week has been frustratingly slow, dealing with some administrative blockages, shall we say. And I just honestly haven't felt like recording, so I didn't want to bring that energy to the channel. But today I've been doing a lot of knitting, which is definitely my comfort area, and then got to do some stuff on the farm, so that was really helpful. So, but today I have so much to say, I think I'm going to break it up into about 3 different episodes. So this first one will be short. I apologize, I did not get an episode out for the last update. I've been kind of going bi-weekly right now. Before we go back to a more regular, hopefully weekly schedule in the future, but I'll probably continue through the summer, I would anticipate. Today I want to talk to you about a couple of things. So we're going to, I think, start with the finished object. And this is my Hairst Hap Hood. You may have seen a reel on this, and I'm realizing now that I did not go back up and block this last part like I anticipated, but I did buy this as a kit from Gudren, Johnston. Came with this very cute Shetland Trader bag. I think her daughter did the artwork for that. And it came with the pattern and then 5 skeins of Shetland Spindrift in the colorway Hairst. And it's kind of interesting. I have 5 balls and I ended up with like 9 grams left. So these are 25-gram balls. This is very woolly. So talking about just Shetland, I'll talk about my mill spun later. This is like also similar to Jamison and Smith, but the Jamisons of Shetland, it's very, very toothy. This is a 2-ply jumper weight. I've knit it with, I believe the main body is a 4mm US 6 needle. Hopefully that's coming through okay. My camera looks really dark, but it's giving me the right meter, and the light's kind of going in and out. So anyway, here we have, this is a, sorry, Mr. Linden Farm texting there. Here we have it. So it kind of is over the shoulder, and got this very cool, I think mine could have been a little bit shorter, but I have a lot of hair, so I didn't really want to shortchange that. And then I thought I had bound everything off and thought I was all done, and I realized I had forgot to go back and put this pretty old shell. This is the part I haven't blocked. I did block the rest of it. border on. And I'm glad I went back and did that because while I don't like knitting garter, I do like knitting lace, and do find that really helpful. So I did find this to be, it's a very well written pattern. There's nothing wrong with the pattern. I think it will be a knit that I use a lot. I like that you could tuck it under something and have that hood to pull up. I do find it interesting. All of my dye lots are the same. There is a very noticeable, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, there's a very noticeable dark line here. I see it on this side and I see it on this side for about 1 inch. It's quite interesting being that it was all the same dye lot, but I don't know, maybe that's where they changed the spindle or something, but anyway, no problem there. So you knit it, let's see, you knit it from the bottom up. Yes, knit it from the bottom up. So you're casting on these 2 triangular pieces. And then you are, do some short row shaping, get up to the neck, pick up around the neck for the hood, knit each side of the hood. You're knitting back and forth and slipping stitches, and then you do some shaping. Some shaping for the top. So, yeah. Do think it is fun. I am not a garter stitch fan. I don't know if it's the way I knit or what, but anyway. So yeah, that is the Hairst Hap Hood by Gudren Johnston. All right, so hopefully, always dangerous to record with the hats on and off. And I notice I'm having trouble with looking at the right place in the camera. Sorry about that. I'll try to make sure I'm looking in the lens. So that is the Hairst Hap Hood. I also, and it was a really good travel project, right? One of my other travel projects is the PS Shawl by Ailbíona McLochlainn. And I thought I would pair these two together because I'm also using a variety of Shetland wool. This Shetland wool is all from Whispering Pine Farms, Jen Johnston up in New York State. And so here's an example of one of the skeins I had. And this is she breeds super fine Shetland, which spins beautifully and is just soft and elastic and stretchy. So by contrast to the commercial spun, it's quite different. So this is actually using both some hand spun of mine, some hand spun of Jen's, and then some mill spun that she had sent off to a small mill, or a smaller mill here in the US. So that first section up here is this sheep, which, put my glasses on, sorry about that, is a Lara, I thought so. And so I had started off with that. And then I've just gone down and used a variety. And I just love, you do see, hopefully the camera picks up this variation also, right, in the wool. So I've got fawn, and I've got some marling in there, some mooret, back to the white, and then I have added in down here some gray. Oh, I hope the light is okay when I go to edit this because it looks really like it's going in and out dark. I'm sorry, y'all. Hopefully it will survive the edit cut. Anyway, so I'm just cruising along on this, and I'm just going to, it's got a small needle. So it's a double layer shawl. You start with this very little, I don't know, handful of stitches, and this little tiny triangle, double triangle or square really, And then you're just knitting in the round, doing some increases and slips. It's got an interesting increase. It's a lifted make ones, I think. Down in the pattern has 3 different styles. So I'm just doing the classic triangle. It has more of an oblong, and I don't know what the third one is. I think the other one is be more crescent shaped. Anyway, so again, pattern reference here to Ailbíona, McLochlainn. And it's just a nice, I'm not in any hurry. This is just one that I just have a increase in knit stitch marker on it so that I can tell. So here is that gray, that lovely gray. I believe this is mill spun. And the moret. I even have extra light. So that is the PS Shawl by Ailbíona McLochlainn. So now I'll give a little quick update on where we are with the mill. So if you're new to the channel, you may have found me, we do have our website up and running, so it's quite early stages yet, but here is the address where you can locate us. I do notice that I still need to work on some SEO optimization. I say that like I know what I'm doing, but so you do have to actually type that into your browser bar to get it to come up. There's a couple other Linden Hill Farms, but you should see me in the About page. I did try to do a little bit of a vlog when we were down last time. So we went down about 2 weeks ago and stayed for a little over a week. There was a lot of progress. The concrete got poured inside, the porches got poured outside, all the forms are now removed and that's all ready to go. Obviously the roof's on at this point, gutters are on, bay door is on. Power company's done their work. I am frustratingly waiting on the county to approve our electrical permit so we can get some power in there. The well was drilled, so that was quite interesting to watch. That I've never seen, and we were really lucky. We hit water at 71 feet, and I think we're getting 15 gallons per minute, so that's awesome. So obviously I need the power to energize that because the next activity we have is really just trying to put some grass seed back down around where the, they've kind of regraded for the building and so forth, just so that we are really conscious about soil erosion. And also this is kind of the start of, regenerating what has been forested for a long time and getting that working with some pasture seed and so forth. So have that going on. Yeah, so a lot, but a long way to go in a short period of time. So I'm putting out all the vibes. If you all would send some good wishes for getting that electrical done. It just should not be a big deal. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's kind of holding up everything else right now. So hopefully that will happen the next week or in the next couple days, ideally, and then we should be back on track. That would be great. So I'm going to leave you with a clip of me. I had to take a fence post up to the front of the property. I'm obviously learning how to drive the tractor, so I spent some time this week just running the grade box and kind of working that soil so it was relatively smooth so we could get some grass seed down. But so anytime there's some little errand to run, I like to jump in the tractor and do that. Just to sort of get experience on how it handles and such. So I just have a little bit of show you coming down the driveway. I think I go down and come back up and tell you I'm going to go in the mill building, but we actually don't do that. Good morning. Thought I'd take you on a little drive down the driveway. We're putting in some gate posts this morning. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Started off as typical South Carolina. 4 seasons. We've been in wool coats. We've been in coats and hats, we've been in sweaters, and now we're down to t-shirts, and had to get the sun hat out. So just thought I would put this in for this week since I wasn't able to get a full video out. All right, heading back down the driveway. I'll give you the mill approach. Tried to cut this in the middle, and I apologize, the sound is probably not great over the tractor in the background, but kind of pretty view. To come up with some way to rig the phone, the phone or the camera. Property is all heavily wooded. It probably was cleared, I think they're thinking like 15 or 20 years ago. Got some bigger trees and then a lot of like smaller stuff. So tractor's name is Bessie, after Mr. Linden Hill's grandmother, I believe. It's a good tractor name. Yarns, I'm sorry, just totally messed up the video, so I'll probably cut all that out. Alright, coming up on the mill approach. Building, rather. Bouncy. And yeah, there we go. It's looking pretty good. I'll give you a little view of the front porch here. Got the concrete poured yesterday, so can't really get on it at the moment, but it's gonna be so nice. Can you imagine sitting out here, spinning, doing a little knitting, catching the view. So exciting. I owe you a more proper tour once we hopefully get power and such in there where we can see. So that would be great. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Upcoming content, I'm going to do a sort of whip update as I talked about. And I'm making really good progress on my dad's jumper. This is a Vogue vintage knitting pattern, and so I'm gonna start a separate vlog on that because I'm to the point I have cast off the body. I've started on the collar. I'm gonna have to rip a couple rows out. I decided it will benefit from a tubular bind off. While not my favorite, it will definitely be a good addition, I think. And so I'm gonna probably pick up film there and then do a little bit of filming as I reverse engineer how to do the sleeves top down, hopefully. So stay tuned for both of those. And again, apologies for the delay in not getting recording. I just appreciate your understanding, a little bit of grace while we're doing this traveling and so forth. I will be back and certainly we'll have a lot of content once we bring the mill online. So I think it could be interesting. I'll start taking my fleece inventory down soon, so maybe it'll be interesting. You let me know, maybe we'd like to see the different kinds of fleeces that I've got. And obviously as I am learning to work those, then they will feature prominently in the content there. So more to come. Big shout out to Rachel of Chapel Hill Maker. I had a great time meeting her at Carolina Fiber Fest a couple weeks ago, and she gave me a nice shout out. So I know I have some new subscribers thanks to her. So welcome to all of you all, and thank you to Rachel. If you have not watched her podcast, it's really good. She's a very technical knitter, and so I learn a lot of good information when I watch her channel, and she does a lot of really fun projects. So check her out, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye, y'all.